Hello, my friends. I just got back from the Maison Alfort construction site on my new bike. I'm riding at 120 kilometers an hour on the highway along the Marne River, when all of a sudden the handlebar go from right to left. Surprise, I have a moment of panic. I cling with all my strength to the handlebars, which makes me zigzag with violence. Fortunately, there is no much traffic. I got it. The front tire is punctured. The gas handle immediately released and the rear brake pressed very hard. The bike continues very quickly on its momentum. It is a two-stroke engine. There is no engine brake, whereas with the Honda 750, which I would have later, with its four-stroke engine, it was enough to let go of the throttle to be stopped almost immediately. That's it, the bike has slowed down a lot. Whew. I relaxed my concentration a bit and vlam! Here I am, sliding for 100 meters before stopping unhurt on the grass of the side of the road. A following motorist witnesses the whole scene. He rushes to my rescue. Thank you, sir. All is well. I have nothing. My biker jacket, very protective, is scratched on one sleeve. Only the motorcycle is slightly damaged. Nearby, there is a garage and the Cheriton École metro station. Another free warning from destiny. Life on the construction site has its upside. A relationship of manly camaraderie working towards the same goal. The successful recipe. We wrap merguez or trout or something else with spices in entirely chilled aluminium foil and dip it in hot liquid tar. When you think it's done, you remove the draping pocket. The tar solidifies quickly. With precaution, we remove the gunk with its form. We open the foil and we enjoy it. On the other end, the daily tension, and especially that of the site meetings, cause me such a state of stress that I have to go and see a doctor. He recommends that I have 3 weeks of sick. The GTE management is furious, especially since my relations with the engineers had never really been good because of all rivalities with the School of Fine Art and the architects. I received a notice of dismissal for gross misconduct without compensation. This is completely illegal. You couldn't fire someone who was half sick. And what was the serious fault? I get a lawyer and cheated at the labor court. My lawyer, Michel Parisi, whose first client I had been, learns that the management has filed a complaint against me for burglary. We fall into abjection. I am saddened to see that my boss secretary's girlfriend went along with his masquerade. I would have broken into the office to come steal my fine only? For what purpose? The string is too big. I threatened to turn against them for defamation, among other things. Realizing his blunder, the director withdrew his complaint. He is condemned by the labor court. After less than 6 months of work, I received a 3-month severance payment. I registered for unemployed. This is the second time I've won a labor court case. A few years earlier, I had been hired on a long-term basis by an architect, Renault, whose office was located on Avenue Victor Hugo, near the Arc of Triumph, at the end of a green courtyard. This architect had been in the 15th one of the most important in France. But like many colleagues, The business did not follow. He had lost everything. At the time of my hiring, he was trying to get back on track. Nothing was his name anymore. His car and his private hotel were in his wife's name. He still maintained many relationships and was working on important projects that could save him if they were successful. He was very handsome, very warm. Coming from the Beaux-Arts himself, I was his favorite. The other young architect he employed came from the École Spéciale d'Architecture, a private and expensive school. This caused some tension between us. I was very well paid. The first month, I was working on several large projects in Gabon. When they would be completed, I would be in charge of following them up on the site. Second month, payment difficulties. We don't get paid at all. It's annoying, but after the first big paycheck, I can hold out for a while, and it's understandable that there can be delays when it comes to be payments for important projects. The following month is not paid either. One starts to grumble firmly in the agency. Finally, the salary is assured, but the 2 unpaid months are still not. Nor the month that followed, but paid. But the delay still not caught up. The boss then makes us a very tempting proposal. He tells us that he feels old and tired of running everything. He proposed the creation of a consortium of architects. We would no longer be employers, but partners, and paid in fees directly in proportion to the profits. It looked like a huge stroke of luck. The 10 of us could be catapulted into the profession. I wonder, we inquire. Some confidence transmitted by the boss secretary warned us. It is in reality a monstrous project. In the new company, we would share in the profits, but before there would be any, we would have to assume all the liabilities of the architectural firm. It is colossal, and we may well be in debt for the rest of our life. As the months went by and the delay was still not settled, I decided to sue the agency at the labor court, alone. The others are still hesitating because of the mirage of that smoky dream, the consortium. I did the right thing. Within a few days, I lost all rights to that money. What the boss knew, and what we did not know, an employee was not allowed to give credit to an employer, and after 6 months, the latter did not owe anything to the employers who was not informed and too confident.